talk. Let me speak my piece. It's for all my dogs. Coming straight off the leash. She kill them all like the Reaper. I need a girl like MEKA. She jumping out the gym on all them hoes. Shorty came straight out the bleachers. Hey, she the baddest. Hey, that girl too bad. Hey, she came through with the combo. Cause shorty too lavish. Hey, that girl she the baddest. Hey, that girl too bad. Hey, look, she came straight with the combo.
Welcome to From the DMV Live with MEKA. I'm your host, MEKA. Thank you for joining me. I have an extra special show for you this week. I mean, I think all my shows are extra special, but I definitely know this is going to be a good one, and I'm looking forward to it. But before we get into that, let's talk about our Thankful Thursday thought of the day. So, for those of you who may know or may not know, I came into this world as Tamika. Seems like such a slight variation, right, from Mika. However, what happened is I had a situation happen 3.5 years ago now. As many of you know, my son passed away. And when my son passed away, I dropped to the ground. I remember dropping to the ground in the middle of the street. I'm a very big germaphobe. So that was not, even in the midst of chaos, I still was cognizant that I was in the street and it was dirty and it was against my volition. I didn't have control over it. However, when I finally got up out of the street, I don't really remember getting up, but I always tell people that God picked me up. And when he picked me up, I wasn't Tamika anymore. I was just MEKA. So I was Tamika Nicole. Now I'm just MEKA Nicole. Thought I'd share that with you all because my Thankful Thursday thought of the day is just because somebody knew you, don't mean they know you. Okay? I'm just saying. So that means your parents, your friends, your family, sometimes even yourself, unfortunately. From day to day, we all evolve and we all change. And hopefully, if you are living day to day, you're not just living, you're not just existing, but you're really living, which means that you are evolving and changing every day. So otherwise, you might as well not be here, right? Just saying. So that brings me to my guest for today. As you all know, I have conversations with inspiring people on why existing is not enough. And the inspiring person I want to talk to today is a musician. He's a father. He's a mentor, an example. He's someone who's definitely experienced lifing and kept moving forward through it into entrepreneurship, into becoming the owner of none other than Bello Burn. If you haven't heard, get into it real quick. I'm just saying. And then bigger than that, which I thought that was, pretty big in itself, but he's gone on now to create his own community garden, which is completely. Yeah, agriculture, blacks in agriculture sounds a little reminiscent of our history, no, and something maybe we should be tapping into, as well as the fact that we have such a huge food crisis going on. So much. So my guest for today is none other than 20 Bello. Welcome to the
What's
show.
good? What's good, my people? What's going on?
Welcome to the building. Thank you so much for coming. It's an honor to have you here.
Anytime, man. That's, it's my thing. I'm here.
Thank you. So somebody told me before we get started, right? I have a rumor, and you have to clear this up for me, right?
Lord.
Somebody told me, a little birdie told me, that you are the person who is credited with coining the phrase DMV, the term DMV. Is that accurate?
That is me.
So what made you decide DMV was the place to be?
Well, I mean, it was actually my close brother to this day, like Keyway Galloway. We had a record label.
Okay.
And back in the very early 2000s, like maybe 2000, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And our record label was called Skinny Fats Entertainment, because he was skinny, I was fat. So I thought that was a nice name for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the studio one day, he was my producer. He made all the beats and all the stuff, and I was a rapper. I was the one that was just going after everything.
Right.
And so, he mentioned DMV in a rap song, and I stopped him. I was like, yo, we got to take that and use it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I took it and I created a website called DMVunderground.com.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, it wasn't no Facebook or anything like that. Excuse me. Or Twitter or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. None of these platforms, no DMV platforms at all.
Uh-huh.
There was a DC, Maryland, Virginia rap list.
Uh-huh.
But that was like a Yahoo rap list, but there was no like signature. So I reached out to all the rappers I knew at the time, the R&B singers, everybody, and I put them on that page, their profile on that page with my own hands. Like I just got their information. I told them to send me their bios. I put their pictures up there.
Uh-huh.
I put their music up there, and it was called DMV Underground because that's where it came from.
That's so dope, though. Okay. I just had to hit that real quick because that's a little known fact that I don't think a lot of people are aware of. They talk about it every day, man.
They talk about it every day. I get tagged from here to Richmond.
But as much as people talk about it, a lot of people still are unaware. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people hate it, and that's cool, but
the term?
Yeah, they missing the point.
Well, as somebody who is a Maryland Bama from Southeast,
yeah,
I feel like the term is great for me. I mean, I might not be from Virginia, might avoid the territory until recently, and back in the day I avoided it. But, the fact of the matter is I feel like it fits perfectly because I mean, people say I'm a rarity, but I don't think I'm as rare as people act like I am. Yeah. I grew up literally in DC, in Southeast, and in Maryland at the same time.
And see, the thing about it was it's based on business. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it was. Because, see, us rappers, my age, right, that came up, we couldn't stand a chance rapping in D.C.
How about that?
Because of go-go.
Yeah.
Right? So go-go, everybody loved go-go. They hated rap.
About
they loved out-of-town rappers.
Yeah.
But here, you get called a Bama quick for rapping. Mm-hmm. So we had to create our own niche and our own umbrella, and that's what the DMV was. And it was because I used to run the open mics, and we had people from all over the place in the open mics.
Right.
We had Richmond, we had Hagerstown, we had Baltimore, we had everybody. So I said, this is going to bring everybody together.
Right.
And it's the most powerful thing that ever happened to the music scene here.
I think that's amazing. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment in itself, or something to acknowledge. It's a blessing
and a curse. Let's just put it that
way. I can believe all blessings have a double-edged sword to them, and all curses have a blessing in them, believe it or not.
It's a blessing and a curse.
So, okay, take us back. So you were born Little Clay, right?
Nope.
Who were you born?
Clay.
Who are you?
See, that's the other thing people don't know.
What's your name?
My name ain't
What's
Clay.
your name is, Shawty?
I would never get my real name.
Oh, well, okay. Well, who we
my
say
name
you
is
were?
Bello. That's
Bello.
my name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did people call you Bello as a kid, though? Did anybody call you Bello?
Bello came from the rap game.
Okay, who were you as a little kid?
You could call me Hard Rock.
Okay,
that's
so you were Lil Hard Rock. Okay,
that's my
so
nickname.
who was Lil Hard Rock running around?
Hard Rock was always a smart kid, but stayed in trouble. a lot. So I started getting locked up at age 12.
Okay.
And I stayed in school. I never dropped out of school.
Okay, that's a blessing,
And I
definitely.
ended up going to Duke Ellington School of Arts. So I graduated from Duke Ellington School of Arts for visual arts. So painting and drawing, all the type of stuff. And so, growing up, I mean, I was just typical average black kid in the hood trying to be cool and mimic the hustlers.
Yes,
And
and
all that.
obviously that wasn't necessarily the most fruitful path at that
it wasn't
time.
nothing, special about me. Like I was the average little knucklehead.
You mean that you were aware of? I'm going to say, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I feel like you've shown that there was something in there a little bit special.
I mean, I knew something was there, but I was distracted. So
I mean, I had
to almost lose my life to see it.
So what happened? So we always talk about, my whole thing is about, I do this thing, grab the mic and inspire. And it's all about, these lavish conversations that I have, conversations with inspiring people. We all, I feel like every single day have a choice, specifically though, when trauma or tragedy enters into our life, to either just, kind of lay down and play possum. I wrote a book, thank God I didn't kill myself, which is basically not just literally kill yourself, but even figuratively just kind of play possum and wait for things to pass you by, So what happened to you that you can share with us, and how did you
I'm an open book, really, because that's what I do on my platforms and stuff like that. I mean, it's my movement called Wounded Alive, so it means you come through wounded, but I think the thing that started my anger as a kid was the fact that my father was locked up for life, and me having to come up and see other kids who were getting all these great Christmas gifts and stuff like that. And, it hurts a child. And when I got older, I realized how commercialized it was. Right. But as a child, that pain stays with you. And I would never smile. Like I always stayed angry. Like I never smile. Matter of fact, I had to learn how to smile well into my adult life.
Really?
Right, yeah. So now they tell me I smile too much. So I'm like, which one?
There's no such thing as smiling too much. You should always be able to find a reason.
The thing for me, seeing my mother, and congrats to my mother. She's just finished her 33rd year of sobriety.
Oh wow! But shout out to your moms. That's no small feat.
But back then, it hurt me to see her on drugs. Right. It hurt me to see. I thank God for my grandparents because they were stable, and that was like really the only stable part of my life. And I lived the majority of my life with my grandparents. But being in coming from uptown, I know it was bad all over DC, but 6th Street, my neighborhood, man, you got the next block beefing with the next block. It was so many shootings, murders, and I kind of like escaped that by getting locked up. Right. So, and when I got locked up in '94, I had got shot by DC police in '94. And I had just graduated from Duke Ellington School of Arts, right? And I was planning to go to New York Institute of Technology.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I was, I don't know, 18, yeah, something like that. I think I just turned 18. And I was on my way. Well, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't even pursuing it. That's what I really wanted to do, but I wasn't really pursuing it. I was hustling, so I was selling coke. I sold coke all throughout high school and stuff, but I still went to school every day.
Well, at least you were in school. I will give you that, right?
I did.
But here's the kicker, right? Yep. So you did that, and then the distractions hit where you were, you were shot by the police, you've been arrested. So it sounds like you had more than one opportunity in the first place to say, oh yeah, I'm going, give up. But you have a bigger story. For the people that don't know about your story already, what was the biggest trauma that you ran into?
That was the biggest trauma.
The getting locked up one?
Getting shot.
Okay. Yeah. So now when you got shot, right? You got shot and arrested, right?
I got shot and arrested and was chained to a hospital bed.
Okay, so because I want to be clear, everybody doesn't realize that just because you get shot doesn't mean like, oh, now
I got shot in the commission of a crime. I used to rob people. And we were robbing some people one night in 94 down the street from here. And we didn't know that they were plainclothes police officers. And so one shot me in the stomach, and then on Marlboro Pike, and then gave the gun to another officer. And I was at this time it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I got on all black. I'm laying in the middle of Marlboro Pike, right by Eddie's. And then the other cop came over, looked at me, and said, "Give me my money back." Looked down, and then shot me again in the chest. So when I blacked out, right now, mind you, it's 1 o'clock in the morning again. I got on all black. You know how busy Marlboro Pike is.
Yeah.
No car came down that street at that time. If they did, they would have ran me over. No car came down that street at all, not one. And so when I came to, I couldn't see, right? I couldn't open my eyes, but I could hear. And there was a crowd of people at this time now, and at the same time, there was a lady holding me up, and I knew that was an angel.
Yeah.
Because the lady, all she kept saying was, "God loves you, don't die." That's all she kept saying. She never said nothing else. But then there was people around me, right? And they kept saying, "Let him die."
What?
Yeah, they were saying, "Let him die." And I heard the police officer saying, "We were police. They tried to rob us." That was the name of my first album, "Let Him Die." Right? So, and the first city paper article that Sarah Godfrey did for me, I was on the front page of the city paper. Probably the first rapper to be on the front page of the Washington City paper. That was the title of that article, "Let Him Die."
You know, I don't know if everybody realizes this that's watching, but you said this was in 94, correct?
94, yeah.
And in 94, 95, the 90s, DC police is not who you wanted to run. DC PG police. You just didn't want to run into them, period. No. Especially if you weren't in the right.
I've had drugs planted on me at 15. I had crack planted on me that wasn't even mine. Had a charge for that. But then after that, I went to 7 different institutions. I got sentenced to 20 years. And I had a 10-year UFAT for coke and went to Lawton. That was the end of the bid. Okay. And down there, that's when I kept a journal, right? And that's what's turning into my book now. And I've been writing it forever. And I told myself, I said, when I get out, I'm not going back to the streets. And I ain't been back since.
When was the pivot, or did the pivot happen as soon as you got to jail, or like
it happened actually in the hospital?
In the hospital, what happened?
Because see, let me put it like this, and people, I don't know if they'll understand what I'm about to say. I knew something was there way before that, right? Because I used to ask questions. I used to close my eyes and look at the sun. You know how the sun illuminates your eyelids and stuff. And I used to ask myself, "Who are you?" As a kid, like 12, 13, 14 years old, walking down the street, I'd be like, "Who are you? Like, where you come from?" Always had like all these questions, but I had met God early on. You know what I mean? But I was stubborn. I was hard-headed. I didn't want to listen. My mother asked me to come to church with her 2 weeks before I got shot. She told me, and she had just got clean. That was her first year of being clean off drugs. And she called me, and I said, "Mom, I'm going to come." And I ain't show up. The second time she called me, she said, "I thought you want you." I said, "Mom, I'm gonna come." I ain't make it. You know what I mean? So
I'm telling you, that's wild. Like that just resonates in my shana.
But
that's so serious. But no, so many of us, and I was just talking about that, I think yesterday, like so many of us miss the messages because we're too focused on who the messenger is. You know what I'm saying? And so somebody calls you, like you hear the message, you getting the message.
It's there, and you know it's there because it's always going to mess with your conscience.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like this in a weird way. It's like this. I used to rob people at gunpoint, but I always felt sorry for the person I robbed. And that was like my conscience, like, man, you know.
Like that's not.
But then you know all the garbage, right? Like, all the voices and garbage and stuff that a young black boy got to deal with in the streets, trying to make sure you look the part so nobody mess with you,
right?
You know what I mean? Like making sure you don't seem too soft.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Because you gotta make it home every day.
Exactly, and it is mid-90s.
And walking around in the 90s with a gun on me every single day, even in school, I was never without a gun.
I mean, you're not you're one of the very many, unfortunately,
Oh yeah, that's it.
I know that have that same, had that same
Mhm.
existence during that time. That's
Absolutely.
craziness, though.
Yeah.
But so it's funny because when you think back, right, the irony of the fact that that happened, right, and it was such an angry and evil, experience that you had for real, but it could have made you so much more angrier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could
That
have.
was like the ideal playground for the devil to get busy with it. Instead, it was, where God showed up and showed out.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
Oh yeah.
So this is before music, or this is during
This was
music?
before music.
Okay, and so you went from there, and this pivoted you into the musical
I started. Well, I always been a poet,
Mm-hmm.
right? I always been a writer. I always know how to write very well.
Okay.
Even in school, my English teacher used to be like, "Man, you write so well."
Mhm.
Like I just had this talent for writing, in addition to drawing and painting. But
Mhm.
I used to write poems and stuff, and all the time. So when I got out, right, I said I was actually working at night when I got out. I was working at Rite Aid in
Mhm.
Tacoma Park, the night shift, and I was like, when I got out, I had just turned 22,
Mhm.
and so that's 27 years ago. I just turned 49. So
A little minute ago, a week or two.
yeah, it's a long time ago. So a lot of people don't know this part too. When I was walking across the street one day, and I heard a voice say to me, "Start a rap group." It was like clear as day, and I'm like, a rap group? Like I ain't about to start no rap group. Like
I'm saying,
22 years old, man. I need some money.
Right.
Rap group, but then it kept messing with me. And at the time, it was a couple of dudes that I knew from around the compound, 10th Street. That's where we from. We called it the compound, 9th and 10th Street compound from uptown. So 6th and us and all that. That's where I'm from.
Mhm.
And there was one of the dudes, a couple of the dudes around there used to push big weight, and they became Christian.
Mhm.
And one of them, his name is Les, and he became a pastor.
Mhm.
So I was going to his church, you know what I mean, at that age, right?
Yeah.
And then and his brother, Tom, that was like one of my best friends. And then there was another guy named Marvin.
Mhm.
So me, Tom, and Marvin we formed a rap group.
Okay.
Right? And the rap group was called, first it was called Iron Sharp and Iron.
I like that. Yeah, that's always a good
thing. Then we got rid of that, and then it was called Soldiers for the Lord.
Okay.
And my very first album, my very first two rap albums were gospel rap albums.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one was called Dirty Bathwater, and one was called Hard Rock.
Hey, you gotta wait with words. I'm gonna give it to you definitely.
Yeah, Dirty Bathwater, yeah.
That's a good one, right?
You gotta think about it, right? Dirty Bathwater.
I love that. There's a word behind that for real. But okay, so you went into your musical career, right?
Yeah.
Out of your musical career, what would you say was your highlight moment? What was your highest high when you looked up and was like, yeah, I'm kind of doing this?
I think now was like my highlight, just to sit back and see what I have done along with other people. Mm-hmm. It's never gone away.
I love that.
You know, I could wake up and hear the meteorologist say DMV, and I'd be like, they don't even know where it came from.
How about that one?
Like, so that's really my highlight. Really, always been helping other artists.
Okay.
Like I used to, do so much for artists. I used to shoot music videos for artists. I shot over maybe 150 music videos for artists that didn't even have a budget.
Oh, wow.
And I used to do some of them for free because I wanted them to like enjoy their artistry and and I knew how hard it was here.
Yeah.
I was like, man, come on, I'll shoot the joint.
Yeah.
And, I ain't never done no bad business. Can't nobody out there ever say that.
That's always a good thing, definitely.
The Crank Fest that the Go-Go think they own came from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It came from rap. It ain't come from no Go-Go. That Crank Fest stuff they be talking about, the original Crank Fest was rap.
Okay. So when was this?
That was a Market Lounge. That was way back. Man.
Market Lounge.
Yeah, I don't even remember the year, but it was a long time ago. There's still videos on YouTube on the Crank Fest from WPGC with DJ Heat was the first PG DJ to DJ at the Crank Fest.
Oh wow! Let me find out.
It's been but the biggest highlight will have to be just the love I get now. Like not just from here. Like RVA was a major platform in Richmond, Virginia. They always tagging me and said, "Bella, look at this. Somebody said this about the DMV." People from Baltimore tagging me. I got people all over the place. They know what it is. So
That's a good question. So now, is Baltimore part of the DMV?
Okay, I got a better question. Is Baltimore and Maryland?
No.
Yes, Baltimore is in Maryland.
Are they? Yeah, if you
Baltimore
ask
is in
somebody in
Maryland.
Baltimore, will they
Just
say
like
they're in
just
Maryland, or will
look,
they say
they
they're their
gonna
own
say
state?
they not in Maryland, but
Right, they're their own state.
let's talk facts now. Let's talk facts. The state of Maryland contains Baltimore,
It does,
city
yes.
and county.
Wait, you count? So that means all of Maryland and all
The M
of
stands
Virginia
for Maryland.
is the M.
That's it.
So everybody in Maryland,
That's it.
Virginia,
That's it.
and
That's
DC,
it.
of
That's
course.
it. That's it. Now let me tell you this.
Yes.
Remember when I said it's not about truly about geographical boundaries.
Right.
It's not about what street you from.
Right.
It's about a product.
Mm-hmm.
If I got this bottle of water,
Mm-hmm.
I can get more sales if I expand to DC, Maryland, and Virginia versus just keep it DC or nothing.
Right.
I'm a fail.
Right.
All right, so I'm thinking business minded. I'm not thinking streets.
But you know that's what
I mean?
I love that about it. But I also love the unification of it. You know, because for some reason there's this really big separation situation with the whole. You know,
that's by design.
You from this place, you from that place.
You gotta understand that's by design. That's the foolery that these dudes don't understand that they partake in. We look the same, right? If I'm from, and I teach in Baltimore almost every day. I'm the safety director for one of the biggest organizations in America, in Baltimore. I teach a lot of disadvantaged youth in Baltimore, returning citizens in Baltimore. And I tell them the same thing. Look at me and look at you.
Right.
If I don't say nothing and you don't say nothing, can you tell the difference?
How about that one?
Can you tell the difference? The only way you can tell the difference is Baltimore got a different slang.
Right.
Right.
And I mean, and that's my choice also, because everybody from Baltimore does not use Baltimore slang, and everybody from DC, but, you know, vice versa. I just had a young lady up here, and she was like, she doesn't say Baltimore, she says Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's just that's how it is.
However you speak,
but
you know.
The thing is, though,
but I like the unification of it.
The thing is, though, you know, that's by design. So, you know, of course, we know who designed that. Right? So I'm 30 minutes from you. You want to kill me because you live 30 minutes from me.
You better quote Big Mama.
How stupid does that sound?
Separate.
That don't sound.
These fingers to get separate. They look mighty strong, but you put them all together and they make a mighty blow. That's the truth, though.
I mean, but when you look at
it. And that separation is just another distraction, right?
That's all it is. Divide and conquer. How stupid does it sound for me to hate somebody from Virginia because I'm from DC? Right. When if you really were smart, you will know that we all originated from one place.
How about that one?
If we all originated from one place, right, and then you had people like my grandparents and great grandparents who migrated from the South,
right.
And then you will know that DC is donated land from Maryland and Virginia, fool.
In the first place.
So, but this is stuff that they don't want to.
You know how I found that out? I didn't find that out in school. I found out that DC, the land for DC was donated by a Google search in the middle of a debate.
Yeah. That's why it's federal land.
I had no idea.
Right? That's why it'll never be a state.
I didn't realize that at all.
And I'm like, this is what they do. All right, they'll pit us against each other. Because if you pit people against each other, they lose their power.
How about that?
You know what I mean? And that's why they stay in power. Because, you from Baltimore, I'm from DC. You know, come on, how stupid.
Neither of which we claim individually.
Because if we was to embrace each other like the way the DMV supposed to be, on a unity, that's a lot of power right there.
It really is. That's just like, to me, what are your thoughts on, you know how everyone is having the debate about boycotting Target, for instance, in the whole DEI, you know, rollback and all that great stuff, right? What are your thoughts on the fact that we are all sitting around arguing and debating about what impact boycotting Target would have, as opposed to just maybe being supportive in boycotting Target? It's not really that hard.
I one thing I believe is to each his own.
Right.
That's because I'll be having some political discussions, and sometimes the comments and responses I get, it just makes me scratch my head.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got to understand that I'm dealing with people with different levels of education.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you can't treat everybody like they got
Say
the
that
same
again.
level of education.
Yeah,
Like, so
we
you
all
don't,
wake up on
I
our own
don't,
schedule.
yeah, I can read the comment and be like, 7th grade, maybe 9th grade, you know, right?
Right.
Oh, college, some
Yeah.
colleges, you know,
Yeah.
or even if they didn't make it to college, they smart enough for this person knows he reads
Right.
or
Yeah.
understands, not just read.
Yeah.
But I put it like this: if you think about boycotts, you know, made some of the biggest impacts in Black American history.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
got to show them the power of the dollar.
Exactly.
We spend trillions of dollars.
Daily.
One of the top consumers is Black people.
Mm-hmm.
We spend trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I said to myself today is that the racist colleges and universities,
Mm-hmm.
why do our Black athletes still play for these teams?
Exactly. Exactly.
Stop playing.
Yeah. Seriously.
Let them fill their team with the people that they love.
Right.
And let's see if they win.
Yeah. Seriously.
Things like that. You got to hit them.
And I definitely agree. You know, like you said, to each his own. However, if you're going to, if you don't agree, just say nothing. You don't have to participate. But I do think it's.
I can agree to disagree, and that's why I have my own platform.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the power of the delete button.
Right. How about that? But my thing is, we need to be cautious that we're not being part of the distraction. Also, you know. So when you make the post and say, why are we boycotting Target anyway?
See, I would never do that.
That's just counterproductive.
I wouldn't do it because I know the power of the dollar.
Exactly. Exactly.
I know the power of the dollar.
Which brings me to our next little. Oh, well, wait. Before we get to that, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. I did not forget this week, you guys. And everybody in the chat. Thank you for checking in. Bello.
Hey, oh, that's me over there.
Yes, hold up. Okay. Wait, you were there. 1 second.
Oh, okay.
All right, so now let's give a shout out to our. Where are we? Any second now.
I bought you a box too.
You did? Yeah. Oh wait, hold up. We have to look at it on yeah. Welcome back. As I told you before the break, we are here with Mr. Swanee Bello. Welcome to the building, Mr. Bello.
Thank you again. Thank you again.
And we were having a great conversation about his evolution and his growth. Before I go forward, I'm sorry. As you saw, our sponsor is the Fort Lauderdale Fiesta. If you are interested in finding out more information, please visit celebrityfiesta.com for more information. If you want to put your deposit down, if you have a fear of flying currently because of, all of the things that have been put out in the news and all that great stuff, or if you just have a fear of flying, period, there is a bus going down now, a chartered bus. They're going to have food and drinks on the bus as well. So you definitely want to check it out, find out more information. I welcome you to do so. It is at celebrityfiesta.com again. Now, back to Mr. Bello. So, Bello,
yes.
Now, we were talking about how, our Thankful Thursday thought of the day is, just because they knew you doesn't mean they know you. And there are people that might have known you back in your heyday when you were out here, causing havoc or whatever like that. But now that you are a changed man and you went into music, right? You were doing poetry previously. You were in the School for the Arts. And in your music career somewhere, you said, I'm a businessman. but check out my business, man.
Man,
And
like,
you became a real
Yeah.
entrepreneur with it. Now, how did that shift happen?
I always been an entrepreneur though.
You always been a hustler or an entrepreneur?
Hustler. It's a site.
The
only thing
they
that
got
changed,
different bank accounts.
Only thing that changed was the product.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
The only thing that changed was the product, but the approach is still the same.
Okay.
So when I was out there selling crack, you know, I was savage with it. So when I got into legit business, I'm savage with it. So, you know.
How'd you choose what your legit business would be, though?
It was actually by accident. I used to do a couple of other things, but nothing, you know, like this. But I used to do custom shoes. And, of course, I ran the open mic, so I made money off entertainment, too. But
so you were already attacking the business.
Yeah, I was already doing it. But the thing was, I already built my name, right?
Yeah.
So I said, I'm not going to be spending a whole lot of time rapping no more.
Right.
You know, I'm getting older. Like I'm about to get. I already gave it up. I don't rap like that.
Did you say future planning?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not like I was when I was early on. I was so motivated, man. I was at the open mics every other day. I was you know, doing this and doing that, doing this, and I'm like, nah, you know, that's for somebody else now.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna support it. Like people call me for advice all the time, and I, you know, all the legends that I know, you know, shout out to all of them. Like we all close, but I said I gotta do something else.
Right.
So two things I did. One, I got on the safety. Man, that's the bread winner.
Okay.
Right? The safety is the bread winner.
Okay. People always need safety.
Yeah,
now we can't front on that even a little bit. Whether it's
I'm one of the top guys in the region. So that's why, you know, I'm supposed to be on vacation, but my phone keep going off. So
what's the name of your safety business?
Well, I'm an independent consultant.
Okay, so how do we reach you if we need you?
You can't.
You said Google me and good luck.
You can't, because that involves me giving out my real name.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
No. Look, now, if somebody needs safety, they can inbox me.
Okay, all right.
Everybody know I do safety. They know I make videos with my hard hat stuff on all the time. But no, I'm an independent consultant, and I've been in safety almost 20 years. So I started. Get this, an ex-felon started his safety career with the Navy.
Oh.
At Naval Medical Research Center.
Okay.
In Silver Spring. So, you know, I did. Then I went over from.
Wait. How did that happen? We're not.
Well, you know how it happened? It has some connection to rap.
Okay, how?
Because back when I told you the City Paper came out.
Yeah.
The City Paper article came out, I want to say 2005. Something like that, right? I was working at United Mine Workers of America in Virginia.
Okay.
Right? And when they did that article, of course, my face was on the front of the article. I had no bed or nothing. It's just, I had locks, but I had no bed. And it was in every metro station, all over the city and all over, you know, Maryland, like all the metro stations, whatever. And there was a black lady at that job that, I thought we was cool, but, you know, turned out we wasn't.
Oh.
Because I think one day she got mad because she liked the Joan, but she couldn't out-Joan me. So I fired her up, so she got mad. True story. She went and took the paper to the president of the company. He read the article because it's telling you about what I'm telling you, some of the stuff, and they fired me the next day.
Oh.
Yeah, they fired me the next day, right? So, now mind you, at this time, I had a daughter. And, you know, I had kids, you know what I mean? Fired me, right? So I was out of work for about maybe, I don't know, damn near close to a year. And then my kid's mother, who I was with at the time, she had got me a job through with General Dynamics, right? As an administrative assistant type of stuff. And so they sent me over to Silver Spring to the NMRC, right? And look, check this out. So the rap had got me fired, right? So then I went over there and I was working at HQ, and it's a joint, so it's Army and Navy.
Okay.
There was a black captain in there. He came to me one day. He said, "You know, your job getting ready to end." And I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, God, I just got up in here. He was like, "Yeah, because the lady you're filling in for is on maternity leave." I didn't even know it. I didn't know I was filling in for somebody. But he said, "You know what? I like your work ethic. I'm going to send you to the safety department." And that's where it started.
Are you serious?
So when I went to the safety department, I asked him, could I follow them around and just learn from them? And that's what I did. So now I'm like the most requested top trainer in the region.
That's
Yeah,
crazy
so
work.
it's hard. It's a lot of work, but it's
You know how many times in that one story you just told you could have gave up and been
I
like,
know.
man, I'm about to go
But
sell
look,
crack.
remember
People still do
remember
crack,
when
you
I
know.
said I wasn't gonna go back
That's
to
what
the
I'm
streets, right?
saying.
I meant that.
But here's the kicker. You
Yeah.
meant it. But you
Yeah.
realize as much as you meant it, the
It
devil
was
meant
hard.
I bet you do.
It was hard. It was hard. I'm gonna tell you something. I never told anybody this.
That's a word.
I maybe told one or two people that it was so it got to the point it was so hard where I did sit outside of a store with a Glock in my lap and I was gonna rob the store.
Really?
And something told me go home.
Say
The same voice that told me to go home the night that I got shot. I listened this time. Yeah,
Hey, Bello.
And I went home.
I bet it. Hey, Bello, you remember that last time you didn't listen.
I sat in and I was like,
I bet you one obedient child of God out here. I mean, I'm just saying.
I ain't obedient, but
you ain't obedient still.
Everybody, ain't nobody righteous but God.
I ain't say righteous, but obedient. You might be on that obedience list kind of hard at this point.
Let me tell you something, man. I don't know, man. I ain't turning the other cheek. Let's just put it that way.
Look, Leisha said, God not something. God ain't playing with us.
What's up, Solo? I didn't even see the comments up there.
Yeah, Leisha said, hey.
Solo, what's good, Solo?
Look, we got look, hold up.
Leisha, what's happening?
Shalom.
Who?
Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's
McDaniel?
Solo. Just call it Solo.
Okay, Solo. Yeah, Solo is way easier for me to pronounce. And Leisha said, hey, y'all. Hey, Leisha. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, y'all keep commenting so I can see what y'all comment. Now I know where to look at.
Right, I had to put them up there. Sorry about that, you guys. But yes, we've been having a great conversation, y'all. It's no joke, right? When God calling your name, when he trying to stop you from something or get you to something, he gonna get you there by hook or by crook, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Lisa, I miss you too. You know I ain't been at the go-go in a while, but guess what? Saturday is my birthday party at.
Where's your birthday party at,
Restaurant 55 with what band?
Restaurant 55 with the what band on Saturday?
I got a free ticket for you, Lee.
On Saturday, the what band and MAB, y'all.
Yeah, MAB, what band? Restaurant 55, 10 o'clock. Yes, I got some tickets for free.
Be in the building, definitely.
Inbox me, Lee. I got a ticket for you.
I'm going to come. Alicia, if you go, I'll go.
Nigga, you coming. I got a ticket for you.
We can Pisces it down. Alicia, you go, I'll go.
Those are only close friends and family.
I'm just saying. You know, I'm just from one Pisces to another. Yeah. I do have to tell you, happy birthday, definitely.
Happy belated to you.
And I got us some cupcakes because, you know, it's a, Pisces type of situation. Right. And, you can't go to the mall and not have a snickerdoodle.
Yeah.
So I got a snickerdoodle cupcake.
I always, I'll eat cupcakes, but I'm probably like the only person that don't eat sweets.
No, actually, I'm running into more and more. And then, we're like getting to that age where taste buds are changing.
But
and
you know what's funny?
You know why, probably?
Why?
Because you do hot sauce.
That's true, but you know what? Even my whole adult life, as a kid, I ripped candy apart.
Oh, really?
But now it's like, I walk right past it. Like I don't.
That's crazy work.
That's probably, I don't know why I ain't got no diabetes or no shit.
I have random moments. I wake up and I'm like, I need some candy. I'm making phone calls.
I still love butter pecan ice cream, but I don't buy it.
No, that means you're a middle-aged
elderly
black
woman.
I've been
eating that.
That's a middle-aged black woman inside of you. That's a middle-aged black woman living in here. My daughter eat butter pecan with my mama. You know what I'm saying?
I've been eating that since I was 9.
Like if you went to the ice cream store, that was your flavor of choice. Yeah. That's serious. That's right up there with rum raisin.
Yeah. Now the only thing is I like raisins by themselves.
Okay.
I don't like anything with raisins in it.
You eat plain raisins?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only way I can eat raisins. It's plain.
Gangster, ladies and gentlemen.
If you give me a cookie with a raisin, I'm like, no, I don't want that. Give me some raisins by themselves, I'll eat it.
You had a toddler grab you before, right? You know how toddlers house you. They're the real gangsters of the world. They're the only people I see eat raisins. I'm just gonna say that.
Hey,
but
look, I eat them by themselves. I cannot eat them with something else.
But
I'm sorry. I don't like raisins. I don't like coconut. I don't like mayo. Unless it's in something. like tuna.
Yeah.
I just learned how to make macaroni tuna salad. It's so bomb too. Like
Really?
I be cooking like crazy. You know, she don't be looking. She don't be watching.
I be
What you gotta
watching,
do
but
is
you didn't
go
bring
over here.
you did bring a
I
buff
brought
though.
some hot sauce.
Hold up. Let's get back to that because I've been on my hot sauce
Yeah, I
kick
bought
as
some
of
of this.
late.
See if they can see
Hold up, wait.
See, that's kill switch.
Let's see if I'm gangster enough to try and zoom in. I
Oh.
don't know. Maybe I should just take it up there. Let me see.
Yeah, take it up there.
Here we go.
That's the hottest one.
Hold up. Here we go. Kill switch.
That's kill switch.
Yeah.
Y'all see that?
Kill switch. That's the hottest one.
That's the hottest one.
What's
then you
the
got
original?
this is the middle.
This is the
middle heat. Middle heat.
Okay. What's the middle one? What's
And
it
this is the
called?
lowest one. That's called OG.
OG
original.
It's the original gangster.
And then this is the lowest heat. This is lemon pepper.
Lemon jalapeno, lemon pepper.
They know,
Y'all, I'm eating these
know.
tonight. Y'all,
They
all
know.
three of
They
these
know.
mine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm eating these tonight. Now that hot one, I might have to wait till the molten so I could make sure that if I'm on fire, I could call for help.
It's not gonna kill.
On fire.
You'll be all right.
So what made hot sauce be the choice? How'd you get into hot sauce?
Well, my grandfather was a farmer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my grandfather, he migrated from South Carolina in his 40s to Northwest DC.
Oh, 1 second.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Leisha wants to know, do you do barbecue sauce also?
I don't right now.
Is it coming?
Maybe.
Stay tuned, Leisha. And what's the website too?
BellowBurn.com.
Leisha
has some of this hot sauce before.
Let me put your website up here now and go ahead while I'm doing that. You can go ahead and tell us about the start of Bellow Burn. What made you choose?
So it's BLO.BURN. I mean BURN.com. So my grandfather, growing up, he had a community garden in DC, on 6th Street.
Shout out to your grandfather.
And I hated it.
Of course.
Because, kids don't want to be in the garden.
Of course.
We don't see the benefit of it. You know what I mean? I want to run the streets. My friends over there playing with Nintendo. I'm over here picking corn.
Right, whole time.
But when I became an adult, well, not when I became an adult. When I moved out to where I live now, I was there. I've been there for maybe 5-6 years. And 2 years into me being out there, I realized that, I haven't grown anything. I never grew nothing in my life.
Okay.
Right? So
plants in the house?
I never grew anything in my life.
Okay.
So I said, I'm going to grow me some peppers because I like hot, spicy food.
Uh-huh.
And I went out there and I bought me some pepper plants from either Home Depot or Walmart. You can go over there and buy the little plant for $5.
Right.
So I bought some jalapeno plants. I bought some habanero plants. I bought a couple of Carolina Reaper plants, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tilled the ground. I ain't had no tiller, so I borrowed my neighbor's tiller. I tilled the ground. I put them in the ground, right? Now, mind you, I'm going off of YouTube on what to do.
Yeah.
Learning from YouTube. But I didn't know that peppers keep growing until the end of the season.
Oh.
So I ended up having buckets of peppers.
Oh, goodness.
And I'm like, what am I going to do with these peppers, right?
Right.
And a light bulb went off. Make your own hot sauce. And I said, good idea. And I started making it, right? I'm looking at YouTube, I'm looking at all these different recipes, and I'm trying it. 5 tries. Trash. And the 5th time I said, I'm going to do this one more time. If it don't work, forget it. I'll just give these peppers to family and whatever. So I did it one more time. And when I tasted it, I said, ooh, Lord, that's it.
For real?
And I was on my way to take my oldest daughter to college, her first year down at Emory University in Atlanta. On the way down there, I got the website secured. I said, what am I going to call it? Bellow something. Bellow Burn. That's it. I'm driving, right? And I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, bet. I got that. Then I had my first labels, right? And then when I got back, I started perfecting the recipe, and then I just started giving it out to people. And they was like, yo, this is good. Then I started
you
selling
realize
it.
how meant to be? Like, that sounds so just ordained, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's wild. And you were on your way to take her to college.
Yeah.
At which time every parent needs a little extra money.
I'm telling you, and now I got probably close to 1,000 customers across the country.
Wow.
And it's a one-man operation. So I grow all the peppers. I harvest everything. I bottle everything up.
Yeah.
Everything is me.
Oh, that is so dope. And your labels look so good, too.
Yeah, because the first labels I had, they was just stickers. Yeah, that's me. That was the first label was like that. But then I looked at it, I said, oh, no, I need to change these labels a little bit more, make them a little bit better. Nice. And then I got the QR on back, so when they run out, they just open their photo app. Boom, there you go.
I'm saying, y'all, you gotta check out belloburn.com.
The heat level? That's 3.
Oh, shoot, I did not.
See?
Oh my gosh, you all have to check these out. I'm gonna do a review on them. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a review. What's the best food to eat with that?
She won't taste none now.
Which one?
Taste that. Do you like hot stuff or not?
I don't know.
Taste the middle one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see if she like it, y'all. Give her the countdown.
Hold up, let me get it open first. Y'all know I be having issues. Oh, Leisha said, man, that hot sauce is good.
I know she has some.
Which one did you have, Leisha?
I don't know.
Did you have the original?
I think she had Kill Switch.
She had the hottest one?
Yeah, I think she might have had Kill Switch.
Hold up, let me show y'all. Hold up as I open
Leisha, which one did you get?
Look, okay,
it had to
so
be,
I'm gonna open
that's
this
original.
Shake it up.
One. Shake it up. Now, what's in there?
Mm-hmm.
That's habanero ghost. And that's it.
And ghost?
No, put it on the back of your hand. Don't do that. Girl. All right, you try it. Shake it. There you go. Mm-hmm. It ain't hit yet.
It's hot. But it's good. Wait, I want to taste it now. I can't taste that good. Not enough came out. There we go.
There she go. Mm-hmm. It's much better with food. I bet you can't.
It's a little hot.
Yeah, it's a little hot.
I meant in here. Yeah. It's like Nelly hot. Ain't that Nelly? It's getting hot in here. Yeah. Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's
that's a little. I wouldn't have been able to do this one. Not without any food.
That's a little hotter than that.
Not without any food, but I never want to say
that's not hot at all. The green was not hot at all.
But no, it doesn't just taste like hot. So it has
Let me see if she can guess.
I feel like I need to taste it again. Yeah. I feel like there's like maybe a mango or something, or
pineapple.
I was about to say there's something citrusy or something.
Pineapple.
Which is funny because I do not do a lot of fruits. Okay, but pineapple is one of my very favorites.
And it's and
that's what. Yeah. She said Leisha said your butt is gonna be on fire. Lord, please, everybody in the chat, pray for my butt.
The kill switch was the one.
Oh, and Leisha said that kill switch will put you out. Now, so I'm gonna try it. What's the best food to eat?
It goes good with anything. Anything you cook that go good.
Anything.
There's people that carry those around in a purse.
Oh, I believe that wholeheartedly. So, this tastes like something I would want to.
And you can use it as a marinade too.
I could see that.
Yeah, like if you like me, I love jerk chicken. So
I think this would taste really good on fish.
It does taste good on anything. But I am going to make my jerk sauce that I've been dragging my feet on because
you gotta give us a jerk sauce.
Oh, my jerk sauce like that.
If
it don't burn your lip, it ain't jerk.
Oh Lord, you trying to be real Caribbean on this?
You know what? I think I'm gonna go home and make me some jerk chicken tonight. I think that ain't got me hungry. But I made ribs last night.
Oh really?
Yeah. Short ribs.
How he gonna say he made ribs? I'm sitting here.
If you look at my IG,
and I don't have nothing to put hot sauce on.
You'll see all the food that I cook.
But I don't see none of it on the table. Is the problem, Jesus?
It was rush hour. It was rush hour.
Okay. So listen, I have to. Okay, so we talked about how you got into the hot sauce, right?
Mm.
But so then you went a step further with it. You're not playing with us out here.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
forgot
playing
about
in
that.
these streets. You're not playing. So you said you don't just reach out. You're trying to give back, and you're trying to make your ripple effect have a positive one. And it seems like your ripple is rippling like a mug, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what's your latest endeavor? Can you share with the
Well, the
people?
latest thing is a CSA, so Community Supported Agriculture. So similar to what my grandfather did. So I was like, and then, with the climate that we live in now with all of this foolery going on and with our government officials who they don't have a problem with buying food.
At all.
Right? So
yeah, so they're not aware.
They don't care. Right? They got caviar and cigars. That's what, so, but God will deal with that. I ain't worried about that. But I said, look, I got all this space out here, man. Why be selfish? Let's give a plot to people, right? And let's have them come out and learn how to garden.
That's so good.
Or if they know how to garden, then that's cool. Then I don't have to teach them nothing.
Right.
But they can come out here because they may not have the space. They may live in an apartment. They may live, and I only charge them $150 a year. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. No firm print. No nothing. The only obligation they have in my agreement is they got to park where I show them.
Right.
They can't interact with the neighbor if they see her. There's only one neighbor. You can still see her house. You can't see my other neighbor. He got 17 acres. I got 3. And I'm like, and then you maintain your plot.
That's amazing.
And that's it. And you schedule your time. Don't just pop up.
Right. Yeah. Well, that makes some sense.
Schedule your time, and you can grow whatever you want to grow.
That's awesome.
So I got DC Decades Mustafa. He got one of the biggest platforms in the city.
Yeah.
And we just did what he just did, DMV Hip Hop Legends panel, and I was on it. Nonchalant was on it. Stinking Dink was on it. DJ Cool was on it. Scorpio was on it, and Question Mark Asylum, and some other couple of people. But he like real major. I gave him a plaque. He's like, bro, for real. I'm like, yeah, bro, yeah, over here, come on. His wife was like, yeah, I want to grow corn. I want to grow. I said, well, come on and grow it. And I told her, I said, now, I'm going to grow some corn, but y'all got to understand, if y'all got a plot, y'all probably not going to be able to grow corn. Because corn is wind pollinated.
Yeah.
So you got to have a lot of corn to make it work. Right. You can't just grow 2 corn stalks and think you're going to get some good corn.
Right. A lot of people aren't aware of that, though.
Yeah. So I learned this stuff. Like, that's what I do all day. I soak up knowledge.
That's awesome.
I look at videos. I learn how to do this. Man, you learn anything.
Agriculture is where power truly is. And if you're not growing anything, I definitely recommend that you get out here and grow something.
Do something.
Do you
in the
have
house,
any more lots
I do.
available?
I do. I had some people that reached out to me. Excuse me. But,
You still have some available,
Yeah,
though?
some people just ain't ready.
Right.
Some people just jump ahead of themselves.
Yeah.
And stuff. And, with me, I don't play that game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling y'all right now, if you can hear me, just listen. Do not approach me. Do not ask me about anything or no details about nothing unless you absolutely ready to
serious about it. Yeah.
Period, point blank. Don't waste my time.
That's a good thing. A lot of people have been taking on that mindset, as we should, because time is the one thing you'll never get
be
back,
where
right?
I am if
say it.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I don't play around with that. Like, if I put something together or put something, excuse me, I'm still recovering.
Okay. You want this one or that and drink out of it? Yeah.
I'll take it. Thank you.
So, yeah, time is the one thing, though, that you'll never get more of. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what you do. So, you can't allow people to waste your time. And then as soon as you do, you know what will happen? You'll start being a waste of time yourself. And you'll start wondering what's happening to your value and why your vibe is depreciating. And it'll be period, point blank, because of what you're surrounding yourself by, you know?
Absolutely. You'll start to...
what about how you spell? What are those grapes called, Alicia? Mascadonan?
I don't care, whatever it is.
How you pronounce them? You know what I'm talking about?
Nope, I sure don't.
I know what she's talking about. They're these big, like hard grapes. These.
Well, grapes.
Yeah, they're kind of like grapes.
Well, shoot, the ground fertilized.
Yeah, so Alicia, you better get out there. I think that's a good idea. And especially
look, if you come out there and grow grapes, some of them might come up missing.
How about that? How about that? But look,
I'm gonna be
in
eating
this
them.
culture that we're in, you know, with all the food deserts that we have and the food shortages and then the prices of everything. I mean, and you also, if you can't afford yet to do, you know, a plot, or you can't, you know, get a plot of land from him right now, you're not up to, you don't have $100 or $50 a month.
And
You
see,
can still grow little things.
you can grow stuff in your house.
Exactly.
But the other thing is, like I told people off the break, this ain't even open to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta know
you don't want everybody.
I gotta know you for you to even be a part of it.
Makes
Ain't no
sense.
random dude gonna come. Hey man, I need to apply him. Nope.
I'm gonna come to your house once a week.
No way. No.
Yeah, that would just be bad judgment, I think, right?
No, I wouldn't do that.
But I definitely think that everybody should, you know, try those things. Like, you can grow ginger just from the ginger you get from the grocery store. You can plant the bulbs.
That's what I'm ready to
that.
go home and get me some tea.
Mm-hmm.
I've been under the weather all week.
I've been
under the weather on my birthday. That's crazy.
That's how it works, though. Last weekend got me,
like,
but
I don't know what happened. It's not the flu. It's not pneumonia. It's just.
It could just be exhaustion.
It might
if you're not getting proper rest.
It might just be that.
That hits us all the time.
That's why my voice is where it is right now. But I'll be all right.
Yeah, but so I mean, what else? Potatoes. You can do the same thing with potatoes, right? From the grocery store, when you see the eyes growing on them, just plant them with the eyes.
Put them in the window.
The sun,
Even
right?
garlic. If you sit in your windowsill, it'll start growing.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff you could do. Just look it up. Like you can get a germination kit. You could do all that. Like
ignorance really is bondage, but it's also a choice at this point. It's a very hard choice.
It's crazy. My oldest daughter that graduated, she graduated with a degree in film. And architecture. So she gets that from me. My other daughter is in school to become a food scientist. So she's in agriculture, North Carolina A&T. So she's in agriculture.
I just got so piqued with interest from just the title of the degree.
So one from architecture, one farmer.
That's dope.
2 black girls.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so
amazing.
It's like I'm looking at. I'm like, how? Like, wait, okay, this always been in me. Mm-hmm. Because if it wasn't, it wouldn't have been passed on to my kids.
You better say that and recognize that. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. I'm like, damn. All right.
Seriously.
All right.
Now, with your experience, like I know you said your dad, wasn't there for quite some time as you were coming up. But how did you? You are a dad now, right? And you are a very proud dad.
Oh yeah.
Like anybody who sees anything about you can see that, and that's very apparent, very obvious, very visible. First off, did you ever get to talk to your dad and have a real conversation with him?
Yeah, I used to, my mother, growing up, my mother used to take me down Lawton to see him.
Right. And a lot of us went to visit Lawton.
When he finally got out on parole, of course, he was in for about 15, 16 years before he got out.
Right.
When he got out, I was like 15.
Really?
Something like that. But I was already in the streets.
Yeah.
So when he came home, he didn't come home with the intention of being a father.
Oh, okay.
He came home with the intention of, enjoying his freedom.
Yeah.
Which I can understand.
How old was he at that time? Do you remember or no?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I know I was 15, so if I was 15, he had to be like 31 or 32. Because he was locked up since he was 16. As adults, we know
that you're still on one heavily at 31.
Yeah. So he was, he got locked up for murder when he was 16.
Yeah.
And he was 17, and I was just 1.
Oh, yeah.
So of course, he came home and, did his thing, but I always had respect for my father, just like I had respect for my mother. Like regardless of what they done, I always did that. Always had respect.
Shout out to your grandparents for real.
Yeah, and I tried to, I got a brother and a sister.
Right.
Well, I got 2 brothers and 1 sister, but his kids is just me, my brother, and my sister.
Oh,
so he got 3 kids, and my sister got a different mother, but. I always tell them, I say, man, he taught us what not to be.
I was just about to ask you. Right. So how did you shift that into your being a father?
The greatest thing he ever taught me was how not to be as a father. Mm-hmm. And
A lot of people don't
that's
really
it,
take the
yeah.
value that's really in that, but there's a lot to be said from that, for real.
Look,
Like it's
my brother get mad. He be like, man, I'm like, listen, he just taught you what not
he
to
taught
do.
you what not to do.
Well, what's wrong? Like,
Right.
learn the lesson.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm heavily involved in my kids' life. Not every other weekend,
Mm-hmm.
every day,
Mm-hmm.
like every second of the day.
What would you say is the main, if they're the main thing, if your kids only could take one thing from this life with you, what's the one thing that you want to make sure that they take or that you instill in them?
God would be number one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know, because that'll say everything. That'll
But
say,
what about God?
because that God says everything. Integrity,
Mm-hmm.
right? Spirituality,
Mm-hmm.
trying to do right.
Mm-hmm.
Notice I said trying,
Mm-hmm.
right? Trying to do right and learning about mercy and grace, not only for yourself, but bestowing that on other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's a big thing. Because you could, like I used to be, I ain't had no love, no mercy, no grace for nobody.
Say that. Mm-hmm.
I would shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
and I've done that.
Right.
So that's, real facts. But, when I matured and grew, and then I look back, I'm like, man, where was your heart?
Right.
But your heart was always there.
Mm-hmm.
It was just clouded. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it was clouded with a bunch of worries.
Yeah.
Number one, right?
Yeah.
How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? The oppressive state that we get put in
Mm-hmm.
involuntarily.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then the legacy left behind to us, which is zero.
Yeah.
So I say I'm a create a legacy. So when I leave, my legacy gonna live on with my kids and the principles that not only I taught them, but their mother taught them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's how I roll with mine.
I think that's amazing, and I think that's something that a lot of us aren't getting credit for, which we should, is that a lot of us are operating off of those training manuals that were created from the havoc that we witnessed growing up, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of our parents
they always
too,
say break the cycle, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but you can't break the cycle if you don't understand what the cycle is.
Say that. That's the absolute truth.
How you gonna
or if you don't even realize you're in a cycle. How about that?
You don't know.
Yeah.
You just going because that's what you was taught.
Yeah.
That's the normal for you.
Right. Exactly.
Like going home and the way that we see some of us living, it's the norm.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm not normal.
Right.
So I'm not
How about that?
gonna live like that.
How about that?
I can't live like that because I've seen it.
Right.
And I don't take no excuses. I'm a 5-time felon. If I can become successful, what's your excuse?
You bet.
I can't.
Wait, hold on. Can you just say that one more time?
I don't take any excuses, man. I'm
why?
a 5-time felon.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can make it and be successful, what is your excuse? At some point, you can't keep saying the white man or this or that. I mean, come on, man. I mean, shoot, I could say that.
That's the absolute truth.
I could say that. I could have folded when I came home from jail. I could have folded while I was in jail. Let me tell you the story real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in jail, my grandfather died, right? The one that raised me more than anybody, right? My mother's father, the one that had the farm.
Yeah. And
I wanted to go to the funeral, right? Now, mind you, before that, I had applied for an early parole down Youth Center 1. Right. And everybody on the compound said that you would never get an early parole because they don't give them out. And they said that the parole officer guy that comes down here named Mr. Lyons, people listening know what Mr. Lyons, how scared people were of him. You never going to get it because you're going to see Mr. Lyons. My grandfather died. I lost it. So, excuse me, when I lost it, I robbed somebody down there. I went back. Went back a little bit because I was so mad because they said I couldn't go to the funeral because he wasn't immediate family, but he was a person that raised me. Right. Right. They ain't even let me see him. And so, long story short, me and the guys that I robbed got into a knife fight. And I had a knife in my hand about maybe 10 inches long. They had one that had a lock and a sock. And I swung the knife. And I'm telling you, the knife was in my hand tight. Somehow the knife dropped out of my hand. And when I came probably like an inch of hitting him in the stomach. So when I dropped the knife and went down to pick it up, he stabbed me in the back. But it was like a little ice pick, so I wasn't. For me, it was like superficial.
Okay.
Then the police
Oh,
came down because I had went to their cell.
Right.
Because he came to my cell like, man, I heard you got my radio. I slammed my cell door in the face like, get my, whatever. I'm angry. I'm mad. And I said, nah, but this ain't gonna end. I grabbed the knife and I went to his cell. And I was like, all right, let's just do what we do. That's the type of person I was.
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
If I would have stabbed that guy, I would have never got that early parole. Because I got it.
I'm just
in front of Mr. Lyons.
Look at
I walked in there and Mr. Lyons looked at my file and said, "You finished every program down here in U Center 1? You ain't been in no trouble? You going home." And closed it. Now mind you, I had 10 years ago.
And you like, I'm active. I actively wanted to stab him. Yeah. God just didn't let me.
Yeah, because God had something else for me.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Because they said, nah, you ain't getting no parole. So when I went back in the dorm, I was like, guess what I got? Bro, how you get an early? How you get an early parole?
Once again, God, He didn't want you. He didn't want you to do no trouble. Do no more trouble. That's the absolute.
But I had tried to get in my own way. Because I didn't even know. And if I'm telling you, I would have got, not only I would have had to do the rest of my 10 years for that sentence, I would have got sentenced to additional time for attempted murder.
Come on now.
So
no, but how about this, right? Let me go ahead. Go ahead.
I ran into the dude one day.
What? Okay.
He had got saved. And we talked about God.
What?
Yep.
Bello. Hey, Bello, that's such a that's amazing. Yep. Like,
so
what in the world?
Yeah, so we shook hands.
You couldn't deny God if you wanted to.
No, I can't.
You couldn't if you wanted to, but this is what I was thinking the whole time you were talking, right? So your grandfather had passed away, right? Mm-hmm. Sorry, my condolences, definitely. Yeah. But your grandfather passed away, who had the farm, right?
Yeah.
Who you now full circle are honoring with your own farm. You have your own hot sauce, all because you were just in that mindset, in that vein, you know what I'm saying, of how he brought you up, who he actually raised. Yeah. So did he really leave, or did he just change?
Nah, he's me now.
Did he just change? Boy, you better.
It's funny because listen, when I posted that CSA, somebody said, "Damn, my man moving like Moses." And you know what I commented? I said, "You know what? That was my grandfather's name. His real name, Moses."
Whole time.
His real name was Moses Brown.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I said, it's funny you said Moses because that's my grandfather's real name.
That's so dope.
But when I think about it, he was Moses.
How about that?
Because he helped the community. You know what I mean? Like he gave away produce, man. I remember being mad because I had to go get eggs out the chicken house in DC. And then I get joned on at school. That's why I started getting angry and fighting. That's how I became good at knowing how to fight. Because people would talk about me. Oh, yeah, I got chickens in the backyard. And now I'm thinking about, I bet you wish you had some chickens in the backyard.
You ain't just hear me say, I wish I had some chickens in the backyard. I want some chickens.
My chicken's coming in 2 weeks.
Really?
I'm getting 25 Leghorn egg-laying chickens.
You are. I'm saying, hit up
I
Bello
told the CSA
hit up Bello for them good egg prices, y'all.
We sharing the eggs. Everybody who got a plot get free eggs.
Did y'all hear him? He said everybody who has a plot get free eggs.
Yeah, we doing it like that.
$150 a month is not bad for that at all.
Y'all know me. The people that know me, they know me.
Bello, but look, you don't just do things, right? You don't do things small, right? Like what is it? What is it?
I just do what I think.
Tina Turner. Like Tina Turner, you do things kind of big. Sometimes you get a little big with them, right?
I don't know. I think I do what I feel is good.
Bello.
Whether it's small or big.
Bello,
you know what
you
I mean?
have a fire truck.
2.
You have 2 fire trucks? Wait, hold up. But you're not a fireman, right?
No, I use it for hot sauce.
Bello, come on now.
But see, you got to remember, right? Like I told my my daughter's
That's
mother.
dope
I was on the
marketing.
phone with my daughter's mother yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We was talking about my daughter that live in Atlanta now.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Oh, she's introvert." I said, "That's what us artists are. Really, I'm an artist,
That's true.
right?
Right.
So in my
First and
artist mind,
foremost.
I'm not thinking basic.
Right.
If I'm in my artist mind, if I got a product, most people be like, "Well, I need to go get a tent. I need to go get a table. I need to go put a logo on my me. What's synonymous with hot? Oh, fire truck.
Yo,
Let's get it.
that's ingenious. When I saw that, I said, that is ingenious.
And look, I went to Connecticut because my first truck went down. My first truck, I went to an event, and that truck was a manual. I don't know why I bought a manual truck.
Mm-hmm.
And it went down. So I was mad. I was like, man, I had so many plans for the truck. And then I was looking for another one, and I was like, man, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. But you could buy a fire engine online with them.
Okay.
I finally found one, and it was a guy in Connecticut, right? I guess where I got this truck from. Facebook Marketplace. Both trucks.
Are you serious?
Man, shoot, what?
Hey, don't sleep on Facebook Marketplace.
Don't sleep on Temu too. I'm trying to
you
tell
said
y'all.
Don't get no fire truck. Don't get no fire
Don't
truck
do that.
off of Temu.
But they got some good stuff. Never had a problem.
Maybe some of the other stuff.
Never had a problem. But I'm telling you. So I flew up there.
Mm-hmm.
Flew up there with cash. Right, and drove that joint 6 hours back to Maryland. He was like, "You sure you want to drive this back to Maryland?"
No, this was the second one.
This
though.
is the second
so you had
one.
driven one.
I had
before.
tags for my old one. I slapped that tag on there. I said, "Man, I ain't no way. What am I gonna do?
Right.
Get it transported? That's like $5,000.
Yeah, that's a whole
guess what?
vehicle.
Guess what I'm about to do?
How's the gas?
I got in the slow lane.
How was the gas like?
But the crazy thing is, like, the gas. It don't cost me that much because it's not an everyday vehicle.
But did you just go to? Do you just go to
Man,
the gas
I put like
station?
$80 to fill that joint
Oh,
up.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying.
Like right now, it got a half a tank right now. I
And then
only
you do
drive that truck
community
maybe
events
twice
also
or
and stuff,
three or four times a year.
Do you do like community events and fairs
Not yet.
and stuff or anything?
Well, I did the Saucy Festival last year.
Well, it seems like you
big
should have
hot
been there
sauce
anyway.
festival,
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like you should
But
have
it's
been
in
there
Howard
anyway.
County, man. They got so many restrictions. I don't think I'm gonna do that again.
How about the Big Green Egg? Have you ever participated or
I did
linked up with
Annapolis
them?
Day.
Okay.
So Annapolis Day.
Yeah, you definitely should be in all of those spots.
But when I come up, like, I just
very good. I can taste the flavor still in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna do like one of the ideas for that was to do like birthday parties for kids and too.
That's a good idea.
But I might have to hire somebody to do that because my schedule,
family reunions and
my
things like that. But yeah, I could see you not being able to do it personally. But you should still, like let them.
I get a driver because I got a firefighter that I met at one of my OSHA classes out in Baltimore. So he teaches paramedics in Baltimore City Schools. And me and him got to talking, and I was like, "Yeah, I got a fire engine, but I need somebody to teach me how to operate the pump because it's a 500-gallon water pump. Everything works."
Oh,
he was like, "Shoot, I can teach you how to fill it up with foam, and you can do birthday parties." I said, "Well, come on,
you better do that."
I am.
That's so dope. That sounds so fun, doesn't it?
Mobile foam party.
Y'all know that sounds so fun. A mobile foam party.
I'm an entrepreneur.
And he can bring the fire truck. Oh my gosh,
I'm always thinking of ways of streams of income.
That sounds so lit.
Streams of income is my thing.
That's a good one.
I told you I'm a hustle.
Let me know if you need me to spray the spray the hose or something. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Check the people off. That sounds fun as on what. I feel like you should have a red carpet there. I want to do the red carpet for the foam party.
I got some more ideas.
A red carpet foam party.
Foam party. I'm getting the TVs back on the truck, installed gaming system.
Oh, really? Okay.
All that.
Yeah, that'll be really lit.
We'll see.
So, okay. Now, you've done all these magnanimous things. What do you see for the future of 20 Bello? I mean, you have Bello Burn, you have all these things cooking. What's next on the horizon?
Well, the only thing that I have on my mind at this point is to finish my book and my movie.
Do you have a deadline for yourself?
This year.
Because you're a Pisces. If you don't give yourself a deadline.
This year.
Okay.
The book actually is done.
Okay.
I just gotta go through it, again. And I got people that, man, when the book coming? And then I just talked to one of the directors in the area about shooting my movie.
So
I used to
does the
be
movie go with the book, or is it
it's the same.
another?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
So it's both called Wounded Alive.
Okay.
So that's what's titled Wounded Alive.
Okay.
So Wounded Alive is a movement I started years ago, right? And it's just simply that you went through like wounded, but you still alive.
I love that.
All right. So I got hundreds of people send me pictures with the hashtag and telling their own story.
Yeah.
So the movie is like that. So it's loosely based on my life, but it's gonna have like 5 narratives with different people with different struggles.
I love
and
that.
somehow they're gonna cross each other in a positive way. May begin with a negative way. So you're gonna have me and what happened to me. You probably gonna have somebody who's stuck in prostitution. You're gonna have somebody who's probably stuck in drug abuse or whatever. And then I want to dig into the inner pain.
Right.
Not the surface.
Right.
And I ain't never gonna shoot no movie that just bang, bang, shoot 'em up, sex, money, and drugs. That ain't me.
Yeah.
My rap wasn't even never really about that.
Because what's the purpose, really, right?
It's the same old.
Seriously.
You know, every time I see an independent, not every one of them, but you got some good ones out here like Howie and stuff like that. But you see people, their movies, man, and it's all the same thing. Somebody getting robbed and shooting and I'm like, man, yeah, it's a billion subjects out here.
Right. How about that? Seriously.
My daughter, her film made it won a jury award.
Oh, really?
And went all the way to Hollywood, but then they had the writer's strike.
Oh. What's that? Do you remember the title of her film?
I can't remember. It was like it wasn't number like a little 5-minute.
That's still dope.
Excuse me, short film.
That's dope.
So that's what I told my daughter.
What?
You're gonna help me write this script.
Yeah, she definitely should. My daughter is actually in school at Savannah College of. Well, she's in Savannah. She's studying film also.
In Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, cool. That's what's up.
Yeah. So it's really funny because I tell people all the time, every experience, every person you meet, every encounter, there's something you can gain from it.
Absolutely.
Whether you're aware or not. And she signed up to do a production assistant position, right? Just signed up for something to do. And then all of a sudden she starts getting contracts in the mail. And she's like, wait, so this is like a real production company? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, that's where I step out on faith.
I need her to talk to my daughter because that's what she need to be doing right now.
Yeah, you got to step out there on faith, definitely. Yeah, you never know what's waiting for you.
My daughter, I told her, we got to do something now.
You know?
You know, you living on daddy, mama dime.
Oh, yeah. It's time to get going.
Time to get going now. But I love her, man. So, it's just, like I said in the beginning, man, I got taught how not to be. So that's a big thing. That's what I take pride in my kids,
That's a really big thing because sometimes, we have our ups, we have our downs, and that's what life is going to be. Life is going to life on you. But what are you going to pull from it?
But see, what you got to do is you got to think about how many triumphs you already had.
Why are you looking at my script or something? Wait a second.
I'm just trying to
always tell people that, like, literally, you've survived 100% of your bad days.
I'm alone a lot, right?
Say it.
I'm alone a lot. I live alone. You know what I mean? So I'm alone a lot. So I'm alone with two things. I'm alone with God.
Yeah.
And what He's trying to tell me.
Yes.
And I'm alone with myself. And I'm trying to decipher between which voice is which.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes that voice ain't God.
Right.
It's you.
Yes.
Telling you
what you want to hear.
And what you don't realize ain't right for you.
Yeah.
And it's appealing. But I had learned now not to just jump in it now. I learned to sit back and be like, hold on, okay.
Yeah.
Let me look at this for a minute.
How about that?
And then I'm gonna make a decision soon.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Yeah.
So it took me.
Yeah, it took me a lot to slow down myself.
It took me years to really like sit back and not just. You make the most mistakes when you just jump in it. Like you just jump in something or jump in or whatever. Some thought just gets you going in a direction.
Right.
And then some days you're going to sit back and you're going to have that. Because I used to battle depression, right? Let me tell you how I overcame depression.
How?
All right. See, depression is, it's not only a chemical imbalance at times.
Right.
Like it's a strong demon.
Yeah.
Right. So the traps is how you overcome depression. Right? Because you could be depressing, like, man, ain't nothing. Then you got to think, remember that time? I always think that to myself. I say, yeah. Oh, wait. You depressed today. You living on 3 acres. You got a fire engine, Corvette, a new
Mhm.
Chevy truck. You got all this good going for you, right?
Mhm.
Why you depressed? I can take you back to the time when you were sleeping on 95 in your car at the rest stop.
Yeah.
You want to go back there?
How about that?
And
How
you
about
had
that?
like a quarter tank of gas?
How about that?
Remember when you was sleeping on somebody's couch?
Mhm.
Remember when they was cheating on you
Mhm.
and they put you out?
How about that one?
Where your keys at?
Right.
Where your keys at? Go ahead and unlock your door.
How about
All right,
that?
where your couch at? Is that your couch or is that their couch now?
Yeah.
Where your car at? Where your job at? Remember that time you got fired for being on the front page of a magazine?
How about it?
All right, who they calling now? They calling me.
How,
So I think like that.
that's the absolute truth. That was a word.
I think like that because if you don't think like that,
Mhm.
that depression can drag you down quick.
Yeah.
And it don't matter how good you think your life is. If you ain't strong enough to say, wait a minute, man,
Mhm.
that ain't me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying you can't have a healthy fear. Everybody got to have a healthy fear. That keeps you alive.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
If you ain't got no healthy fear, you just gonna jump off a building.
Crazy.
You just ain't got no fear.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
But if you think that you're gonna go through life without some sort of depression, you ain't in life.
You're not being realistic. You're not ready.
It's to build your character.
Yeah.
And the more character you have and the more responsibility you have, too much is given, much is required.
That's the absolute
just
truth.
It. Like I always wonder why so many people look up to me. And God was like, remember when you was in that cell when I woke you up with that lightning and thunder? And that's true story. And I sat straight up and he said, you're gonna lead my people. That was back then. Right? Okay. And I told my mother on the phone, I called my mother from Upper Marlboro. I said, Mom, I think God want me. And I was kind of like kind of wild with it, though. I was like, man, I think God want me to do something.
And what she said?
She was like, just listen to him. And I was like, all right. My mother tell you, like, I was like, all right. I think.
For
right?
real. It's a word that people don't realize. Like, so I do meditation, right?
Right.
And before my son passed, I became a guided meditation instructor. Thank you. He was actually a twin. So my other son passed away first as a baby. And then 20 years later, my last son passed away. And so it's like when that happened, it hit me like they both happened at the same time. Because I guess I didn't deal with the first time,
Right, yeah.
But when that happened, it's so crazy because with me doing meditation, and I spend a lot of time by myself because I'm at peace by myself. Nobody disrupts my peace when it's just me,
Absolutely.
And so I, with meditation and with that silence and being able to go into that quiet moment. And as I studied it more and looked more into it and realized that in silence is where you really do find God and where you really have the opportunity to commune with God, And it made me wonder again, when we were all growing up, I grew up in church. I grew up, a Christian. I taught, vacation Bible school. I taught all Sunday school, all of it, everything, right? But nobody said, let's pray all the time, talk to God, talk to God. Yeah, get up and holler. If you want to, you can run.
Yeah.
But nobody ever said sit quietly. You know what I'm saying? And listen.
It's crazy because I didn't grow up like that. I didn't grow up in church at all. My grandmother rarely ever went to church.
But you didn't hear the same thing I did.
No, let me tell you, that it's crazy because I just had this conversation on my birthday with my mother and my brother. And we was talking about my grandfather. We was talking about her, Moses, and we was talking about my grandmother, Emma. And I was like, and my grandmother Emma is my father's mother. So, and my grandfather Moses is my mother's father. Okay. And we were sitting on the porch uptown, and I said, man, they never took us to church. Like grandma went to church maybe once or twice. She didn't go to church on Sunday. I said, but guess what she did do? What? And I looked at my brother. I said, you remember that little picture with the black boy praying over the bed? Who taught us how to pray?
How about that one?
Grandma. And I said, yeah, granddaddy, he didn't go to church, but guess what? Every Sunday, I learned a few gospel songs because he used to play it while cooking in the kitchen.
See.
And my mother said, "What song was that?" Because I bet you it was his favorite. And I said, "The one that says I'm coming up on the rough
On the
side."
rough
And I said,
side.
"Yeah."
Yeah.
I said, and I was sitting there as a kid. I
Yeah.
was like 9 or 10, and I started singing it.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandfather turned around and was like, "What you know about that?" I
Uh-huh.
said, "Well, I hear it every Sunday."
How about that?
And it just stayed with me.
But you know the kicker, right? So you
Yeah.
say y'all didn't go to church,
Nah,
right?
we didn't go to
But
church.
then when you tell me that it was 2 or more of you all gathered, right?
Then he's in the midst. We know that.
So where were you? At
In the
church?
midst. Yeah.
Y'all was at church.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Most people won't get that part.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't go to the physical brick and mortar.
Exactly.
But they taught us.
Uh-huh.
That's the point.
And the whole time they probably taught you that one little thing that all the other distractions, even though I didn't grow up in a huge church, I wasn't in a mega church, but they taught you without all those other distractions of, well, I'm a run, or I want to do my testimony.
By herself had her own testimony.
Yeah.
She used to run a brothel on 14th Street.
Oh, wow. Okay.
As a kid, I used to see prostitutes come in there with panties, bikinis on, go over there to the middle room. I'm still at the table.
Right.
And they walk right past me and go out. She sold drugs, she sold bootleg liquor, and she let them use the room. Then she got clean and didn't do it no more. She had no more liquor, no more drugs, no more prostitutes coming in and out the house.
So you saw the evolution.
So I saw that. I saw that with her, and I saw that with my mother. And I'm like, yeah, it's something here.
Yeah, you were witnessing a miraculous situation.
Yeah, because my mother was out 6 and us. My mother was, she ran the streets hard, her and her sisters.
Yeah.
And guess what? All of them cleaned that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so
that's beautiful.
And I guess that lineage.
Yeah.
Came on.
It's some strength in that, for real.
Yeah. I wish and my
for all
father
the
would get it together, but
I mean, like you said earlier, everybody wake up on their own schedule. We don't know when his alarm clock is set.
That's it.
Yeah, it might not be where we want it to be, but that's amazing.
Hey, Bree. What's up, Bree?
Oh, hey, Bree. Now
I just told them about the party on Saturday, man. We going up.
Yes. Definitely, it's gonna be a Pisces type of situation.
Yeah, we going up.
Don't nobody party like a March Pisces. I'm just gonna say it. My
ready.
Mother's birthday is the 18th. I want to give her a shout out to Happy birthday, Mommy, because by next show it'll already have happened. Yeah, she said St. Patrick's Day is her own personal holiday.
I'm definitely gonna turn up.
So tell me, what is the best advice? We wind it down. What's the best advice that anybody ever gave you that just sits with you all the time, no matter what?
The best advice is a wise man will increase in learning. So that means you never know it all.
Yeah,
so
I love
act
that.
like you know it all.
I love that.
All right. And the other thing that I always say, and I say this to a lot of the people that I train hundreds of people. I always tell them that a leader can follow, but a follower can never lead. So in order to be a leader, you got to know how to follow, but you got to follow the right thing, because in following, you learning.
Yeah.
You can never be to the point where you refuse knowledge, because most knowledge is free.
How about that?
Right? You don't have to run a debit card for it.
Right.
You can find what you're looking for if you look.
Right. Yeah.
It's hidden in plain sight. Right, so if you want to walk through life and you want to be ignorant to things, and you can see this on social media all the time, people jumping in conversations they should not be in. I said it earlier. I can tell you should not be in that conversation. Right. You should be going over there and studying.
Yeah.
And show yourself approved, because you're not there yet.
Right.
And all this debating going on, and who's this and who made New Balance popular.
Oh my God, so irrelevant.
top go-go list, and who's this, and who made doing the butt. Right. And
best do the
who
butter.
started Beat Your Feet.
Right.
DC did it.
Right.
First. And I'm like, y'all just this is what they want us to do, because while we doing that, and the females doing they twerking and all that all over social media, the crooks are running away.
Yeah.
Unnoticed.
Seriously. Unnoticed.
Right? Unnoticed, because they know that as long as they can keep you ignorant, they can stay in power.
Right.
And that's what they doing. and we fall in the shucking and jiving right along with it.
That's the absolute truth.
That's all we doing.
Because I don't care what we all. I know we're a ways away from the Super Bowl at this point, but even all the debate about Kendrick's halftime performance,
because they could not grasp the knowledge of it.
Mm-hmm.
See, they want to be satisfied and entertained.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best time to give somebody one of the most powerful messages when you got everybody's what?
Captive attention. Yes, exactly.
But the people that's upset are the people who are also guilty.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And that's one thing they don't want to realize, the guilt of their forefathers that's passed down to them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to realize that their lineage is one of the most savage people that ever been created.
How about
and
that?
Even though God loves them because we all equal,
mm-hmm.
still they got to pay for what the karma. That's anybody. That's any man, woman.
Yeah.
Right? That's any
I
man.
feel like a lot of us are running
woman,
around
right?
here becoming victims of blissful ignorance. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
and
you know what
nobody
that is, right?
ever became free by ignoring their chains, right?
You know what that is?
What?
That's a spiritual attack.
It really
right?
is.
I keep them dumb.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't allow us to learn how to read.
Right. But I mean, I see it as a little different when they didn't allow us to read versus when we now have the books and choose.
Because they didn't go through that struggle. See,
exactly.
They can't.
Exactly.
If they can go back.
Even so simple as your mom didn't send you downstairs to the Encyclopedia Britannica collection to figure out the answer to the question you asked her. All you asked was, how do you spell Pentagon?
Yeah.
Why do you have to go find a box of books and dig through them? You know, so you all, like, not you all, but a lot of our new generation doesn't appreciate grabbing their phone and just, hey, Siri.
I mean, yeah,
you know, like,
it's right here. The book is in your phone. The book is your phone.
Now Siri is all in our conversation.
The book is your phone.
The book is your phone, exactly, literally,
right?
all the books.
Me growing up, I used to read the encyclopedias.
Yeah.
And I used to collect National Geographic magazines. Really? I love wildlife.
Yeah.
And so I had a stock of them, like Smithsonian magazines.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, I lived not too far. I lived on 13th and N most of the time. So that's like maybe 20 minutes and walking to the museums. I used to go down to museums a lot by myself as a kid.
A lot of people miss out on that.
Go in the museums. I walk around in the museum, man. I always love to learn. Like, I'm like, what's this? What's that? How that work? That's so right now, one of the shows that I love to watch all the time, I don't watch a lot of TV. It's called How It's Made.
How It's Made.
How It's Made. Look it up. It's on Roku. How It's Made. You wouldn't believe, like, stuff you'll learn how things are made. Like, I just learned the other day that plastic is made with crude oil.
Really?
The same thing that makes gasoline.
Yeah.
And all that jet fuel, right? Crude oil from the earth.
I'm trying to keep myself from saying how
I'm trying to tell you.
No, I'm trying to keep myself from saying, so how did they do it? Because I just feel like we're going to go into a too geeky conversation after that.
No, I mean, I have an entrepreneurial spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I like to see how things work.
Yeah, me too.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like a surface person. I want to see, now, how they make this right?
Right.
What process?
Because
I'm a creator.
Yeah.
So creators love to see how things work.
Yeah, we love to take something apart.
That may give me an idea
on how to put something new together.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
how I watch.
Truth.
So that's all. And I watch Forensic Files every night. Well, I don't watch it. I listen to it just in case.
It watches you.
Just in case I gotta get active again.
Not just in case. Not just in
case I gotta get active and never leave no evidence.
So now we all know you have a wonderful family you're very proud of, and your family is very proud of you. We all know. What is your family secret? Like, what's the secret to you all's success? What holds you together?
Respect.
Respect above all else.
Right? Respect. And, with my kids, like, we like, it's just awesome. You know what I mean? Like, every family got their little issues and problems, but, we tight knit. You know what I mean? Like, we got group chats, stuff like that, like, respectable towards their parents.
Yeah.
And we are respectable towards each other.
That's what I'm talking about.
And, we help each other. Like, we not together, but we help each other. We still a family.
Y'all want to say y'all are a family.
We a family.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the way we roll. We roll like that. But see, the thing is, I learned how to be that way. She came from a tight-knit family. I didn't. Mm-hmm. So there used to be clashes, like, when our kids were younger.
Right.
And she was like, well, I'm like, well, you got to understand. My family
evolving.
didn't have family dinner.
Right, right. I'm
it was
evolving into this.
it was a dollar menu
Right.
for yourself if you can
Yeah.
get $1.
Yeah, if
That's
you got
what it was.
That's
If you
right
can get
there.
$1, then you better eat it before you get home.
Right.
Because you're gonna have to split that burger 10 ways.
Right, right, for
And
real.
I've been there. I've been hungry.
Yeah.
My uncle used to come over my aunt's house and send us to the curry out, wouldn't buy us nothing. And he would send us to get his chicken. Guess what happened to the chicken before we got back to the house?
What happened?
We ate it. My cousin, if they was watching, they'll tell you. We was living on 58.
And when y'all walked
We
in
go
there
went down
without
to
that
IG.
man
We
chicken,
went
what he
down
say?
to IG. Man, he ordered 5 chicken wings. He came back with 2.
That's what he gets. That's
He came
what
back
he
with
gets.
2.
No, for real, that's what he gets.
Man, every excuse we could come up with. I'm like, we kids, we ain't got no food. We got food on the 1st and the 15th.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And in between that time, we got roaches all in the food.
Oh yeah, so you can't even fool with it.
You know, that's why I stopped eating hamburger helper because I was traumatized. So many damn roaches in hamburger. I don't know if it's hamburger.
Okay. So I don't know if this really happened in my life, but I couldn't eat those. What is it? Not Cookie Crisp, but you know the
sugar
crisp.
them
things. I can't eat.
They look
those.
like roaches.
They look like roaches.
Yeah,
you
can't tell.
I don't know if one was in one
they
time,
probably
or
was.
if I just thought it, or what.
More than likely it was.
It sounds very feasible, right?
So more than likely.
Yeah.
But you know, I learned from
Now that's a difference
dealing with family. Like I always keep my family tight and together. Like
that's amazing.
Like we'll bump heads every blue moon.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't have no issues. Like we don't have no baby mama drama.
But the secret to that is respect.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. I think that was a heck
also
of a word.
they know that my kids know that they can rely on both parents.
Yeah.
Not just mommy.
Right.
Not just dad. It's collective. Like you know
that's
what I mean.
Important.
And I'm not left out of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean.
I'm
not finding out about something 5 weeks later. Like why nobody told me.
How do you keep that from happening?
Well, we talk every day. Like we got group chats. Like my daughter just texted me the group chat on the way over here because she got to find an apartment down in Cat now.
Okay.
And stuff like that. So all that stuff was in the chat. They send Instagrams, funny memes, and all that stuff every day.
Yeah, we
like,
got our family one going.
It's always now. That's my immediate family.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got a huge family. My grandfather, Moses, had 12 kids like that, and my grandmother Emma had 21 siblings.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So, and look, that's stretched from down south up here.
Lord.
But in DC alone, I probably got close to damn near 30, 40 cousins alone in DC area. Alone. Because the 13 kids, their kids, and their kids.
These, whoa. So these are your first and second cousins.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of kids.
It's
a
a lot.
It's a lot.
I got 3 myself. My brother got 1. That's 4 already.
I had 5, and we don't have.
My other cousin got like 5. That's 9.
We don't have nowhere near y'all stuff.
And they got kids.
That's amazing.
So we got it's a huge family.
Now, with regard, since you are a part of the music industry and you are a part of the go-go music industry as well, how would you describe the evolution of go-go music over your tenure? Over these decades?
I listen to more old school go-go, right? Because that's what I grew up on. Right? I'm not really into the bounce beat and all that. You know, that's for the youngins or whatever. I can't even do it. Like, you know what I mean? But the evolution is music. That's what music does.
Yeah.
Like music don't stay in one place.
Right.
Like, music always evolves.
Definitely.
Just like with rap, you got drill, you got all this other rap, you got this DMV flow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, it's really nothing new under the sun.
That's true.
Right? It's just a different form.
Thing as an original thought anyway.
Yeah, it's a different form.
Yeah.
Like when people say, oh, this is new, I say, I can argue that it's not. You know what? Because guess what? Let's just say a car, right? Oh, yeah, we got a car that can fly. This is new. I'm like, no, it's not. It's still a form of transportation.
Right.
So it's not new. It's just a different form of something that already exists.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So music is the same way.
Right.
Right? So it's just a form of something that already existed in a different form that somebody feel, is relevant to them.
Right.
And they can identify with that. They got their crowd. And then you still got the people like me that still can identify with old school go-go and, whatever I like. But at the end of the day, it's still music.
Do you have a favorite band?
Yeah, I got a favorite band.
Who's your favorite
I
band?
got 2 favorite bands. Well, 3 favorite bands.
Okay, who's your top 3 favorite
My
band?
top 3 is back because I'm Uptown for life.
Shout out to Backyard.
JY and what?
Of course. Shout out to
and Mad.
Backyard.
I love Mad too. So
Okay.
I love Mad. I love Benjamin.
Yeah,
BJ.
yeah. Shout out
BJ
to BJ.
always shout me out.
Big ups to BJ.
So Mad be cranking. I love Mad 2.0.
Now, I ask everybody this question, right? And I generally ask this at the beginning. So we're covering this at the end, okay?
All right, okay.
This is the most important question. Are you ready?
Yep, I am ready.
Okay. What was the first go-go you ever went to?
Oh.
Who took you? And what did y'all go see?
I snuck in.
That's a good story.
And I had on a used jeans jumper.
Oh, you was a player. Hold on.
I was only 12.
You had a little swagger.
I was 12 years old.
With your used jumper.
And it was a safari club on 5th Street with JY.
You snuck in a safari club?
I snuck in a safari club at 12 years old.
12 years
with
old.
a used jumper on, some white K-Swiss. And it was JY at the safari club on 5th Street.
And who took you?
My cousin Otis.
Shout out to Otis.
My cousin Otis took
Did you have a time or did you have a time?
Man, I was freaking on a girl like 20 times taller than me. I think I came to her butt cheeks. I was like, let me tell you another funny story real quick. I went to see, I think it was Pleasure. At Holy Confident.
Oh, shout out to Pleasure.
Holy Confident, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember what it was. It was at Holy Confident on East Capitol. I was still young. I was like 13, something like that. And she was up there on the mic, and I had my hand all on her ankles and stuff. And she stopped the band, was like, "Somebody man, get this." I just faded into the crowd. She probably don't even remember that. But she was just cranking. I had my hand on the calf, like dancing. Like, she was like, "Man, somebody better get this little boy."
Let me find out.
Man, I faded into the crowd. She ain't know I was gonna be famous one day.
How about that? You said, "Let me get a little ankle touch."
Yeah,
I was ankle touch.
I was fresh.
That is too funny.
I
Oh
was
my
too
God.
fresh back then.
That is wild.
But yeah, that was the first go-go. 12 years old, man.
And do you remember the first person you ever exposed to go-go? And what did you
It's
say
funny.
to them?
It's funny. The person that took me, right? He knew about go-go, but I exposed him to Backyard because he was a JY fanatic.
Oh, for real?
And we was riding the Max one day. We had a Maximum. It was his Maximum. I had a Z. And he was I gave him a tape. He never heard back before. I said, "Man, just put this joint in, man." He said, "Man, you know, well, man, it's JY around here, you know." Yeah, man. Woo, woo, woo. I said, "Man, just play the joint, man." He put the joint in and been a back fan since.
That is so dope.
Yeah,
that's
I think
dope.
that joint was from, I want to say WST or something, but I turned him on the Backyard.
That's wild. Let me find out.
Yeah.
You have been an awesome guest.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
This is the last thing for real, I promise.
No, don't worry.
Look,
it's rush hour.
Oh, you said I ain't trying to get in this traffic anyway?
Man, I hate it. I hate traffic. I hate this.
If we don't have anything else in the D, the M, and the V consistently, it's traffic. Oh, you're going to find traffic. Good, that LA traffic out here.
Or that
Atlanta traffic. Yeah, we got that traffic.
I'm telling you.
But so, last thing before we go, we talk to inspiring people on why existing is not enough. Can you give our viewers a few words from you on why existing is just not enough? Why you have to live each day instead of just existing?
Death exists. So if you want to just exist, then you just might as well be dead.
That was very good.
I mean, seriously.
No better way to say that.
I mean, it exists, right? So you can either choose life or you can choose death. See, life is about living. Like, life is about learning and seeing things around you and growing and not saying that you're not going to make any mistakes because you are. Right. Life is about writing that story, your own story.
Yeah.
Right. Because my inspiration will come out different than yours. There's somebody out there that don't want to hear me. They want to hear you. All right. And you ain't ready to talk, but you will be. But if you exist only, it'll never happen.
Yes. That was a word. That was a word for the people. I hope y'all heard that. I hope you got it. If you didn't, rewind it and play it again. There were several gems dropped tonight.
Yeah, that's because I used to be a rapper.
Is that why?
Nah,
Is that why? Because you was dropping them. You was bars.
Nah,
Bars.
that's that's just me. It's just the way I think.
No, that was amazing. Seriously. And I tell people all the time, and I want to tell you all again, continue to be the best you can be, because there's literally nobody out here better suited for that job.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I mean by it. So if you're not shining your light the best that you can on this world, you're doing a disservice to somebody else who's waiting for specifically your light. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You can't be the best. I can't be the best 20 Bello I can be. Guess why? Because I'm never going to be 20 Bello. I can only be MEKA, because that's who God made me to be.
And
right?
don't hate because you can't be somebody.
Say
be a better
that.
version.
Yes.
That's it, no?
Yes.
Leisha, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you, Leisha. And thank you for everybody who tuned in. Make sure you join me next week for a new episode.
And y'all share this too.
And share this. Replay it again. Share the live. Definitely catch all the gems you can, because they are out there. Like, seriously, he put it down. I appreciate you for being such a great guest. Thank you for my hot sauce. And everybody stay tuned for my review, because I'm going to eat my hot sauce on a hot plate.
Yeah.
Let y'all know how delicious it is. Although this OG was already delicious, I have to say, I can already check in on that for certain. All right. See you next time.
Thank y'all, man.
And thank you so much. Thank you again so much, Bello. You're awesome.
Hey, look, let me talk my talk. Let me speak my piece. It's for all my dogs. Coming straight off the leash. She kill them all like the Reaper. I need a girl like MEKA. She jumping out the gym on all them hoes. Shorty came straight out the bleachers. Hey, she the baddest. Hey, that girl too bad. Hey, she came through with the combo. Cause shorty too lavish. Hey, that girl she the baddest. Hey, that girl too bad. Hey, look, she came straight with the combo.